So we got married this past May.
29th.
And the end of May. And we met through my cousin. I was in DC and David was in San Diego. And 2 days before I was supposed to fly back out to DC, David and I met in Laguna, actually. And we were both used to a lot of blind dates that our family set us up on. So we didn't have high hopes for this one. But thankfully, it worked out really well. We were long distance for most of our relationship. It wasn't until, I would say,
The
COVID.
pandemic
that
shut the world down.
that we were able to be in the same state. It's been wonderful to finally get to spend actual time with my husband. So.
Why did we buy? I think, having some stability and routine was probably the biggest thing for us. I had lived here for 4 years and I was looking for a home in the process, but I was trying to figure out the whole San Diego area. So once I got used to living in the different areas, downtown, Solana Beach, North County, it kind of all came together. It made sense. We could figure out the different neighborhoods, what they were all about and what fit our personality. And I think the only reason we were able to commit to a location was that we kind of knew who we were as people and as a couple and how we wanted to live. And, it was just, at that point, it was just a math question. What was the better decision, renting or buying? And with the interest rates the way they were, we had plenty of time also because there was no time to really plan a wedding since we didn't know what we could do, so we had nothing better to do with our lives other than run around town and look for a new home. And we had the great fortune of having plenty of time to look, and we spent 6 months searching before we finally settled on Coneflower.
Yeah, it was a nightmare pre-Tammy. And thank God that we found Tammy, because we basically almost got locked into a money pit. Some realtors, their main goal in life is just to sell, and not so much what a couple or a person needs out of a home. So thankfully, we dropped out of escrow with that money pit of a house, and
100-page inspection report.
and it was our first time putting down an offer on a home. And when we got that inspection report back, we were like, is this normal? Is it supposed to be that long? And I think the best part about working with Tammy is she didn't let us settle. So it was the exact opposite of what we had before. We came to her and we said, our dream is to live in the Encinitas, Cardiff area. And whereas other realtors are like, that's a really crazy market. Good luck. The inventory's super low. Tammy was like, we'll make it happen. Don't worry about it. We will get you into your dream home. And it did take 6 months, but it's really important to have a realtor that is in your corner and that is willing to fight for you. And is willing to tell you the hard news. Sometimes we would want to put offers on houses and Tammy would be like, this is not what you said that your dream was. Or are you just chasing a house that you wanted and are now just trying to feel better with this new place? And so it's...
Yeah, to replace the disappointment.
So it was good to have some of the tough love, and we can't be any more grateful that we're now finally in our dream home. When we were house shopping, constantly checking back in emotionally with what do we want as a couple, what do we want individually, which may be different than what our family and friends and society is telling us that we want, right? So we're a doctor and a lawyer, so the house should be big. It should be like a mansion, and there should be like 1 million rooms, and it should be in a like a very particular kind of neighborhood. But understanding that we wanted a bit of an alternative type of lifestyle. We wanted a quieter, simpler life one that was close to the beach, and one that wasn't for show, I think.
Yeah, I think we were trying to avoid the golden handcuffs and making sure we stayed within a budget, which in San Diego is difficult, but we were able to find something that fit everything, checked off all the boxes, and it's hard to not make an emotional decision on a house. And I think we got really fortunate with this one.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, we learned that the home buying process is the same process for how one should live their lives, which is trusting that what is for you will not pass you. So, you know, when we began looking for a home with Tammy, Tammy wasn't frantic, we were frantic. It was like, this home is gonna come off the market, we need to put down whatever they want and get it done. And it wasn't until we realized that with just like everything in our lives, that what is meant for us will come to us. And that is exactly what happened with this house. Working with Tammy is like working with a family member that you really trust. It was smooth in that we didn't feel like we had to second guess our realtor. So once we were in escrow and things got rolling, we were like, Tammy's gonna handle it. Tammy's going to fight for us. And she did. And there was many a time in which Tammy was like, you know, this isn't worth it, or they're acting a bit shady, you know, 'cause realtors, other realtors. Tammy's not shady, but so I think the home buying process, once we took out our own fears of whether or not our perfect home existed, once we found the right fit, it was a breeze. Everything fell into place. So I officially started school to become a therapist. And basically what we've been doing since being married is just going to the beach a lot.
I also transitioned to a new full-time job, so same kind of position, but much more of a long-term feel. So found a new family as well there, and just kind of establishing our lives together and figuring things out and furniturizing the home and finishing it up and making it our own and personalizing it and getting used to the neighborhood and establishing a routine together. And like Monica said, just heading to the beach as much as humanly possible, and hopefully a honeymoon soon, so long as our flights are still open and airports don't shut down and, you know, the Airbnbs let us in. So we'll see what happens.